I have not left Rocket League at all. If anything, I'm doing more.
Welcome back to Outside the Grind. This week, we had the one and only Jonsandman with us. John, how are we feeling today?
Welcome back to This Is Rocket League. When you said that, I was like, oh,
Wait, flashbacks.
I'm good, man. How's it going? How's life? What's new?
Man, it's great. Not a whole lot new. Still rocking and rolling. Obviously, started doing this after
So cool.
after our stuff ended. And man, yeah, dude, I love this. And I think you'll understand too, because it's just conversation. It's just hanging out with people. It's just chatting, get to know them a little bit better. And so, I love it. I'm having so much fun with it.
Yeah, I think everyone's kind of just getting not sick of rock. We're in such a weird space. It's just like everyone's feeling that like, oh, this is starting to feel like work, which is okay because it is work, like obviously for some of us. But like I feel like everyone, and for anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, just like the Rocket League as a game. We just played it first. I played it for so long. I played it since it came out, man. 8 years.
I know.
And like what I'm enjoying now with Rocket League is like watching people who are just better than me or watching hilarious clips. Like literally that is my thing. I have found my niche where it's like, yeah, watching pros was cool, but like at the same time, I couldn't keep up with it, man.
Yeah.
It was just so much.
It
And
is a
so
lot.
now I'm like in this space where I'm like, I'm just watching hilarious clips and that's it. And like, that's great. I feel fueled. I'm playing so many other games. Like, it's just like, dude, we're finding our spots. And
That's right.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
In one of these previous episodes, I talked to T-Bates, and I thought he had a fantastic take on it. There's just one statement he made where it's like, Rocket League's going to be great. It's not going to go anywhere. It's fine. Everything's okay. But it has an expiration date for me. And I was like, that makes so much sense. And it's not going to be the same for everybody. It's not going to be a 5-year period. Different people will, and some may never leave, right? But I thought that was such a good analogy or whatever you want to call it, where like, there's going to come a time where you just may not feel super enthusiastic about Rocket League.
But here's the thing, Hootie. Here's the thing.
What?
You might like lose that like the original love you had for it. But goddamn, don't you love thinking back on how much you enjoyed that Mom's Meatloaf? Like, let's compare it to that, right? Mom's Meatloaf. You grow up with it. You've played it you've eaten it so much.
Yeah.
But it's always got that classic feel. So when you go back to it and you get some time with the boys and like you play again, like, dude, I'm gonna have a blast. Or guess what? Mom changed her recipe.
Ooh.
There's Mom's Meatloaf 2 coming out, and you're like, whoa, running back. You're running back home, dude. So like that's how I think of it. It's like it's not a goodbye. That's why I didn't do like some sappy YouTube video. Like, guys, this was my last Rocket League video. Guess what? New Transformers thing comes out. I want to talk about it. I'm gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
New what came out? New whatever, like their new skins, like their new Rocket League update. I'm like, okay, like I'll talk about this. This is interesting to me.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be the guy who's like making content and like doing it as a job and not because I love it. Because everyone can when they watch, they're like, damn, I can see that he's having a blast.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. Even with our show, it was just fun. We were having fun. We were bouncing off each other. But like even after a month of our show, we were starting to see like a grind of like keeping up with what was going on. And I know you do that. Like that's your thing on Twitch. But like I was just like, I can't do it. Like I don't know if I'm too old man or I just don't care enough.
Right.
Like I just want to be in that crowd and like be in the environment and someone like you or someone tell me like, hey, did you know that this guy was like 14? You beat him in a 1v1 and like now he's 22 and like crushing the scene. And I'm like, yeah, rooting for him, beer in hand, just chilling. Like, I don't know. Like it could be an age thing too. I don't know.
I think you're so right though. It's like, you just got to follow what you're having fun with because they can see it. It's very apparent in the product.
Exactly.
And so we won't go too far into this because this is outside the grind. I want to talk about outside of work. But I do want to, before we seal that off and talk about some other stuff, I want to ask CSGO stuff, some of the gameplay, some of the crates. How's that been going for you? Are you loving it?
Amazing. It's like, dude, I played CSGO before I played Rocket League.
Yeah.
So like that was the game that I was like kind of diving in on Twitch a little bit, like just a little bit, opening some cases on Twitch, like just fun. But I mean, it's so funny because it's like, it's kind of been a lazy thing where it's like, oh, like all my old content I did on Rocket League, I could literally do on Counter-Strike. And it's 20 times more exciting because there's floats on the guns. There's different patterns. There's different things that, and the market is like, your top Rocket League items, like, damn, dude, titanium white octane.
Mm-hmm.
You can get $150. Dude, your top item on Counter-Strike you can open up is like can go for hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Oh
Where
my
it's like,
gosh,
so now it's
really?
like, hey, how fun would it be to like bring back blind trading once I have an inventory? How exciting would it be to every episode that I could be on the verge of losing my $4,000 knife? My alpha boost, right? Like which
Yeah.
we can never really do
Stakes
like before.
have been
Stakes are just
raised.
have been raised and it's just like fun
Yeah.
and honestly, man, like I have not left the Rocket League scene though. Like a lot of people
Right.
are like, you don't make Rocket League videos. I'm like, do you look at the shorts? Like I make 2 Rocket League shorts a day. I have grown like, and this is just like a test. Like I'm just super happy about this. But like my channel was at 500,000 views, the lowest it's ever been, which is still amazing.
Yeah.
Monthly views. I have grown in a month and a half just from shorts. I'm telling you, check into short form
Yeah.
content.
Yeah.
Just from shorts and obviously doing some Counter-Strike stuff. From that to 18.5 million a month
Oh my
views.
goodness.
So like I have not left Rocket League at all.
Yeah.
If anything, I'm doing more. And then like Counter-Strike has just been such a breath of fresh air.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like so fun. So there's not much money behind shorts right now, but it's not about that. It's about bringing people to your channel to get to know you. And
Right.
then you apply that to your long form content and just try and do
Yeah.
the best you can. So
Man,
we'll see.
that's freaking exciting. I know
We'll
doing
see.
something new is fun. It's also, I mean, the reality is for the Rocket League people, it's scary because
So
there's not a
scary.
lot of overlap, right? Like when you're
Dude.
doing those FPS category games, there's
Mhm.
and it's scary then too. I'm not saying it's not, but there's some overlap between Fortnite and Call of Duty, Apex, etc., Valorant. But Rocket League's in its own little bubble, so it's scary. But I also know it's exciting to
So
branch
exciting.
out there and get some other stuff, especially because I mean, like you said, you got some history with CS:GO. So man, I'm thrilled.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yes,
And I mean, look at them
yes.
views, bro. That's crazy.
I know. That's like amazing just to like say, even just to like, think about 18.5 million views a month.
That's
So like right
crazy.
now it's at like 2 million views per 48 hours, which is like what? Like you see
Whoa.
numbers like that and you're just like and that's just in Rocket League shorts.
Mm-hmm.
So like now expand your mind to like more things. So
Yeah.
like I got other channels brewing. I got other
Ooh,
things.
okay.
I've applied like what I've learned
Something.
from a good buddy Stanimus
Yeah.
who taught me about short form. I was so closed off. This will be the last thing I say.
Yeah.
I was so closed off as a creator, especially someone who was doing like Rocket League content for 7 years. I'm like old school, Like I'm like back in my day, I could upload a video for an hour, no edits, just me
Right.
and my boys playing, and people would love it. 500,000 million views, no problem. Now it's like, dude, there's this TikTok generation. Everything's so fast.
Yeah.
You need edits, you need loud sounds, you need crazy. And I was so closed off to it. As soon as I like said, you know what? I can still do my old ways. I can still do my long recordings, but like, let's learn this and let's
Yeah.
like open up to it. Dude, it's like been life changing.
Yeah.
As far as just the ceiling is now like I was at the ceiling of Rocket League. Now, like it's open. Like
Right.
now it's like the sky's the limit. Like, let's
Man,
go. Let's
that's so
fly.
exciting. I love hearing
But
that.
yeah, man, that's the grind. That's the grind. So
Yeah.
let's get outside of the grind, dude.
Let's get outside the grind.
Let's jump over the freaking grind, man. Let's not talk about the grind.
That is a perfect transition. Absolutely incredible. So we'll start here then. You talked about CSGO was something that before you kind of played and dabbled with before Rocket League. How far back does this gaming go? Is this something that you did like really early on, or did you get into this as you got more into adulthood?
So CS, like gaming in general.
Gaming in general.
Oh my god, dude.
Where'd it start?
I have a picture of me when I'm 1.5 years old, 2 years old, on my dad's lap playing Super Mario Brothers. Like the first
Wow.
Super Mario. And from then I played games heavily.
Yeah.
All the way. I remember my 13th birthday. I'm pretty sure I got an N64.
Okay.
James Bond GoldenEye.
Ooh.
My first game was the Super Mario 64.
Yeah.
But before that, even before that, we would play Contra. We would play Golden Axe on Sega Genesis. Toe Jam and Earl. Dude, games have been a part of my life forever.
Yeah.
And there was only one break in my life where I remember I went to a magnet school in middle school. And I remember like concentrating just on, actually, no, I was playing CS, Counter-Strike 1.6, like the one before. I was playing the one before, yeah. So I've always been playing games, man. High school, the beginning of high school, I stopped. Like, no, that's not true. I was still jamming games on the side. I'm trying to think, like if I remember I had a period where I was like taking like acting seriously or like drama. And I was like not playing games like when I got home from school much. but dude, they've always been in my life.
Yeah.
Like, it's been an always thing. And as much as I say, like, I joke about it that I'm so bad at games and I'm terrible, like, then I go like hang out with my friends down the street and like we play a game and I'm like, you guys are terrible. But I'm
Just
like,
whooping on them.
you know, we're in this world. We're playing it all the time.
Yeah.
We have a controller in our hand. We're watching. We know the tactics. We know like how things work. And that's how you were saying, like going from a Rocket League type game to like an FPS is
Yeah.
tough. Like
Yeah.
FPS games at least are in a category where it's like, I get it. You move, you shoot, you have power-ups, you have things. So yeah, man, gaming is, dude, taking over.
It's been there from day one, huh?
Yeah.
Like almost literally. You say 1.5 to 2 years old. You got
Yep.
That's so cool, dude.
Literally.
It was not. So I am. When I was younger, I was familiar with games. Like I had consoles, but it was just never that thing for me. I was very much into sports, and I just didn't really make time for it. And then obviously later on in college, my friends introduced me to Rocket League, and that's the first game where like I played Pokemon growing up, but I think like all '90s kids did. But Rocket League grabbed a hold of me like nothing before, man. And
which is crazy, by the way.
Yeah.
Can I just say, for that to be like your introduction to games,
right.
like that's really cool. Like,
And
how
I
old
think,
were you then?
23.
Bro, that's insane.
I think.
Like, you would never go to like buddy's house. Like, you were doing sports. You were just always
Sports,
playing football.
yeah.
Or,
And like I said, like I was not. It's not like I didn't. I had a console. You know, I had played Need for Speed Underground. But the thing is, like, I always say this on my stream. I wasn't a gamer. I would venture to guess that no other game that I've played has more than like 10 hours logged.
Yeah.
Total. Except, again, Pokemon. When I was younger, the Game Boy, you could take it everywhere, road trips, whatever. Yes. So Pokemon, but I feel like that's kind of a category of its own. Like, that was just such a phenomenon, right? But yeah, outside of Pokemon, there was just, like, I didn't do the Call of Duty, didn't do the Halo, you know, the glory days in middle school and high school, coming home and, you know, Mountain Dew Doritos all summer. You know, I didn't do any of that. But yeah, actually at the time in college, when they introduced Rocket League to me, I didn't even have a console. And so, like, I was going to buddies' houses when they would go to work so I could play Rocket League because I was so addicted, dude.
Dude, what's the highest rank you got to?
So prior to me getting my own console, I think it was like
whatever it was at the time.
And I think it was like Challenger 1, like
Challenger
that first
1.
Yeah, that first thing past Prospect.
Superstar or whatever. Or
yeah, that very low, that lowest thing. So I think I poked out of there. I think that's the highest thing I ever got. But once I got my own console, I was putting a ton of time in. And I remember the highest I got in those old ranks was the second star. You know, I think there's Rising Star and then
Shooting Star or whatever.
Yeah, Shooting Star. That's what it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I got there before they switched over. But you know, it's funny. It's funny you talk about like remembering Mom's Meatloaf, man. Those early days, I was actually, you know what's crazy, John? I was actually huge into trading.
Cards?
No, Rocket League items. Like when they first dropped,
dude,
I was so into trading. I was on that Rocket League exchange as soon as it, you know, as soon as it opened up. I'll tell you, that's actually how I bought my first PC because I got a big enough Rocket League inventory on Xbox. Got rid of it. And,
now think of that times 1,000. Welcome to Counter-Strike, baby. Come on over.
You're buying houses at that point.
Oh, dude, people are crazy.
That is so wild.
What blows my mind too is like the people who like kind of saw the future. They were like, or just like believed in it. Like they bought cases, crates that at the time cost 50 cents, $1 max, and now go for easily some of them 50 to 100 a piece, or even like, you know, 25, whatever, $7. And they just like, you know, they used it as if it was like, you have to have a lot of support and like a lot of like good thoughts towards a game to be like, yeah, this game will last for 10 years. Like, dude, it's been around for so long. Like how? I don't
still so popular too. I mean, it's one of the top games. As far as like esports viewership and stuff. And I mean, I don't know the exact numbers for player base, but I imagine it's probably one of the biggest ones in that regard as well.
But yeah, gaming's been around. I mean, it really has. It blows my mind that I think about it so much. And I think that's what is so cool about how it all came to be. It was like, I loved gaming.
Yeah.
I loved acting. I loved being in a band and music. And now when you think of streaming, you can do all of that in one bubble. and I loved performing. I was
Yep.
a theater kid, man. That's why I'm so loud. That's why I'm always so like, like in your face. Like they're like, "Are you like that at home?" And it's like, no, like I'm not yelling at you, but like I'm so excited to be here
Mhm.
all the time. Like when I'm on a camera or whatever, like I'm stoked that it's not fake. It's just like I'm fucking excited,
Yeah.
and I'm like, it's like I'm performing. It's still me.
It's like
Don't
a
worry, it's not
it's like an athlete when they step on the court.
exactly.
They get hyped. They're ready to go.
Yeah, like it's crazy, and it's just so cool how it all came to be.
Mhm.
To find streaming and to accidentally like find streaming
Yeah.
and make it a thing.
So let me ask you a tough question then. You got
Yeah.
all this time playing games.
Yep.
I want you to pick your 3 like most favorite
Hmm.
games that you can remember from your time playing.
Yeah.
Your top 3.
Um, Rocket League would probably be the third one because
Okay,
like that really was a life changer for me and
for
a
sure.
big, not even just on the work prospect of it, but like what a great game. Like
Mm,
what a great
so good.
I dude, I can't even. My first number 2, I'm going backwards because I'm
Okay.
just like reliving. The game that got me back into gaming hardcore, actually like everything. I remember was in 10th grade, I'm pretty sure, or ninth. Gears of War 1 was like
Okay.
I got into a clan. I was
Mhm.
like, we were part EWS, East West Syndicate. We were like this clan. I'm not kidding. Like wall bouncing community, like
Yeah.
very nerdy, very intense. We did like $20 tournaments, which was huge at the time for me.
Right.
Like it was like, oh my God, super nervous. Everyone's online. Like, dude, Gears of War 1, not even the story's great. The single player is awesome, but like, dude, the multiplayer. Oh, there will never be another game like that. I know it. Like with because it's a glitch. Like, have you ever played?
Uh-uh.
So you can do these things called like wall slides and like wall bounces
Yeah.
that are like surreal. Like the whole point of the game is you slide against walls and stuff. So it's like you can bounce, 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 kind of like a pinball. And like
Okay.
it's very annoying with your shotgun out. So you're bouncing shot, bounce, shot. It's like flick shots, a bunch of flick
Oh,
shots.
yeah, okay.
And it got so addicting and fun that game really brought me back to gaming.
Yeah.
But my first game that I just like remember having full consciousness
Yeah.
and really like playing a lot of was Golden Axe. I talked about it earlier.
Yeah.
Golden Axe, you pick your like there's like 4 characters to choose from or whatever. And like I just remember me and my dad just like playing next to each other and like just running through and just like crying if I died because you're young and you're
Right.
emotional and like you
Yeah.
don't understand and like being scared that he wasn't. Oh, hold on.
Wait.
Damn,
Oh,
dude.
no.
I'm about to mess everything up. Golden Axe is getting
You can do
replaced.
4. You can do 4.
4,
Okay.
thank God. After Golden Axe, before around Gears of 1. Maybe like right after EverQuest.
Okay.
EverQuest. My dad's always been a gamer. Me
Yeah.
and him started playing EverQuest together. And that the emotional is what brought that up.
Yeah.
MMO, RPG, like the first of its kind. Real I mean, there was already some, but like this was beautiful.
Yeah.
And this was the type of game that like EverQuest was really terrible at the start because like you couldn't just revive your body and you'd have to go find your body. So like when you died in the world,
Yeah.
you'd have to find your body and your stuff or else you lost like it was kind of a
Oh, gosh.
hardcore mode. Like you lost your stuff or like yeah, you lost like all your inventory.
Yeah.
And I remember I was like it was like past Warsong Gulch. It was like I'm saying like nerdy stuff that maybe some people would be like, ah yeah. It was like past the Elf Town. There was not Warsong Gulch, that's World of Warcraft. But it was like Crushbone, I think it was, or something.
Yeah.
There was this place where you run along the water and to get to the skeleton town or whatever. And I died
Oh,
in the
no.
water and my body sunk to the bottom of
Oh,
the
no.
sea. And so I cried so hard. This is at like what, I don't know, 12,
Yeah.
13, 14,
Yeah.
crying to my dad. I'm like, dude, like I like lost all my stuff. And you only have like 2 hours to recover your body or like
Yeah.
1 hour. So I tried to do it a couple times, died, which is bringing down my dexterity. I don't know, whatever it's hurting. And then sorry, I'm talking about this. This is bringing back all the old memories of good old EverQuest. But I'm trying to get my body and I have to have my dad log on. He's like a way higher level rogue.
Yeah.
He's like whatever, a skeleton in the way because there's all these freaking things that you got to run through. And
Yeah.
then he has to like, you have to buy like snorkeling gear pretty much and like dive down to the ocean. We found my body and revived it. But I remember that game bringing out more emotion. Then we transferred from EverQuest to World of Warcraft for a bit. And I just remember EverQuest being like a
Yeah.
staple in my life
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
It's funny how like you have that core emotional memory.
You don't think about much. Like,
I
you
know,
know,
I
like,
know. I've got one. It's so funny because I'm 30 now, and I talked. But it's funny because it's actually really funny. So I've got a buddy that he and I were Pokemon buddies. We would some of those you can't evolve until you trade or whatever. So we were there like helping each other out and stuff. And the reason that I played quite a bit on that is because I could take it with me. And so all my travel baseball and whatnot, I'm in the car doing this in the hotel, whatever.
right.
And so my and back then you didn't have autosave. You had to actually save it. And so I've been going for like 2 hours. We got a game coming up, and my dad's starting to get frustrated because I'm not focused on the game that's coming up. I'm sitting here playing, and he yanks out my hand, turns it off, and I just lose it because I caught two of the legendary birds, and I hadn't had time to save it. And so it was all gone. And it's so funny. I know. Obviously at the time it was horrible, but it's funny because my friend remembers it. And, we're 10, 11 years old.
Yep.
My dad, at this point, he doesn't have any idea what we're talking about.
No way.
And I'm like, my friend remembering should explain to you just how traumatic it was for us. Like it was, for us, it was terrible.
It's a big deal, man. And that's like, I try and have patience like with my son. Like I have 3 kids now, which is crazy too. And I try and have patience with him because he's such a gamer. Like already he asked to like go on my computer to go to like games.com where it's like a bunch of websites of like a bunch of like addicting games. And like, I try and be like, very like, remember when you were a kid and like, he's like, can I have one more life? And like, I remember like, parents just being like, no, like get off. Like, but luckily my dad was kind of a gamer. So he got it too. So it's been this like building blocks of us all understanding video games. So it's like, yeah, man, take 2 more lives and then come get dinner. So I'll go get him like 5 minutes early.
Yeah.
He's 6, dude. He's 6 sitting in dad's office playing games on a Switch on it. He's rocking games, but like, it's all about balance and like how much you give them, how much, but yeah, man, games. Just taking over.
They
and
are,
Pokemon,
man.
Dude.
I always find it so cool when you've got those like the connections through the next generation. Where I talked to Chief Beef recently, and he was talking about some of that stuff where he played with his dad back when he was younger. I find that so cool. Like I said, I wasn't big into games, but me and my dad, we bonded over sports, so like that was our thing. But it's definitely becoming more and more common now. And I know when we were younger, you obviously outlined like your father playing as well, but at that time that wasn't super common, right? Like a lot of people were very against gaming, making the kid do other things, go outside, whatever. But I find it so cool that parents are, and you said it right, it's balance and everything. And here I am talking, I don't even have no kids, but I think it's a really cool, I feel like it's a tool to bond with those kids and rather than like, get angry at them or like you said, impatient maybe. Finding that common ground where you can have some fun with them, and that's and like I said, Chief Beef is grown now, and him talking about that, I think it's obviously, and you're talking about it as well with your father, it's obviously something that meant a lot to you when you were younger.
Without a doubt.
Yeah,
without a doubt. And even if, like you said, if you are like a sports dad, right? Like all you care about is that. Okay, there's sports games. Find a middle ground where it's like you can talk about the players that you love and play a game and like try and like find something, or it's just give a little, get a little. It's like I think there's a balance, and that's also something that like cracks me up to this day is like I'm like not very like hands-on with stuff. Like building an IKEA desk is nearly impossible for me, and that is because of how I was raised. I was not raised with the type of dad who was like, hey, we popped the tire. We're gonna get the tire out. Come here. Come here, boy. I'm gonna teach you how to do this. Like I didn't have that kind of dad. My dad was, once again, like my parents were both theater kids. They were like artsy and like expressive and like whatever. So that's fine. Could he change a tire? Probably. But he wasn't like, let's build a car together. And I always like, I wish I had that. I'm like, man, wouldn't it be cool if I could like build a car? And there's people who are watching this who can like build a car. Like, that's mind blowing. And build an IKEA desk, which is freaking crazy.
It is
where
crazy.
I'm just like, hey babe, do you have any like people who need some extra work? Like we can just
Yeah, you got any handy
you know any
friends?
yeah, any friends who are like
So
looking just for an hourly job?
it's funny because my dad is that guy. He
Yeah,
can fix cars. He, built my deck
everything.
out here. Like he is hands on. Like if he doesn't know how to do it, he'll find out how to do it, and then
Mhm.
he'll be able to accomplish it.
Right.
Me had
Nothing.
no patience for it, had no interest in it, and he tried. I'm
Yeah.
grateful that he wasn't like forceful, but he was definitely willing to try to teach me these things. I just didn't have the patience for it. I just wanted to go ride my
Yeah.
bike.
That's okay though.
I agree. I totally agree.
And that's also what's cool about having kids is like even though you made them or you didn't and you adopted whatever it is,
Yeah.
even though like they're your kid, they might be complete opposite of you.
Mhm.
Like my wife is like tomboyish. Like she's way more like just like down, you know what? Like she just can act like one of the boys. Like you're
Yeah.
like out. She's just chill like that.
Mhm.
My daughter is the girliest girl ever. Dresses, lipstick. My wife's like, I don't even like. She doesn't wear lipstick. Like she's like,
Yeah.
I got like some eyeshadow I put on. Like so like girly. Like I need my hair up in pigtails and like I want to look so cute. I want dresses and like and like where did that come
Where'd
from?
it come
We have
from?
no idea. Not from my wife at all. She didn't grow up watching my wife like twirl around in dresses. My
Right.
wife wears like jeans and like some boots, like whatever. So it's just like it's hilarious how like
Yeah.
you kind of just have to go with the flow, accept like who they're becoming, and
Yeah.
and just go with it.
Well, that's something that I imagine, and again, I'm not a parent. I haven't never experienced that, but you've got
Yeah.
relatively young ones, but they're starting
Yes.
to become.
Hmm.
I mean, really, just I mean, I don't know
Human.
if it's too early, but young adults, they start to come into their own. They start to develop their
Totally.
own sense of identity and their own thing.
Yeah.
And talk to me a little bit about that. What is that? What is that like from a father perspective?
It's just weird. It's just like how you get annoyed because you have like grandmas telling you or like old just anyone older. It's
Yeah.
just like it goes by so fast.
Right.
Like you're gonna hear that. You hear that about everything.
Oh yeah.
School.
Yep.
You hear that about friend whatever, like a
I've said
wedding.
it to other younger people.
Yeah, you said it to younger people. It's like, man, it just goes by so fast. And you're like, okay, old lady.
Yeah.
All right, old man. Yeah, for sure. And then you wake up and you're like,
Whoa.
wait, what? Like, dude, I trip out all the time. I've been with my wife for like 11 years. Like we've been together, just like
Yeah.
together, but like married for oh god, she'll kill me. Like 4 or 5. I don't exact. But we've been together forever and we laugh about it all the time because I'm like, I remember like streaming like when she was just my girlfriend and like and having a cat and living in like my parents' guest house.
Yeah.
Like we were in a one bedroom guest house with no kitchen. Like we would use their kitchen. Like I
Yeah.
remember that like yesterday.
Mhm.
And now like I feel like I've blinked. I've opened my eyes. I'm like feeling way more like successful at my job. Like, dude,
Yeah.
she was paying for my like when we moved into our first apartment together, she was paying for $700 of the rent. I was paying for 200. Our rent was $900 in LA.
Yeah.
It was like a cheap, rundown place. But like we both worked at Chili's. Like I was a server, she was a bartender. She was making bank. And like it's just so cool to like when
Yeah.
I open my eyes now, I'm like, dude, I have 3 kids. I fully support my wife where she can be the best mom ever. And it's like, what? Where did that all like how?
Yeah.
Like, and now I want to say that to people. It
Yeah.
goes by so fast and it's like insane. And I keep saying it. And like, so that's where I've learned to like just like really enjoy the
Yeah.
moment and enjoy, rather than getting like, I'm tired from a day of like recording all day. And then I go in and I see my kids and they're like, you want to play? And I'm like, no, I want to relax and get a
tired.
massage on a massage chair and just chill and do nothing. And then I stop myself and I'm like, you know what, man? They're only gonna be
Yeah.
this age for this long. They want to play like make believe. I can lay on the floor and be a princess for like an hour or 30 minutes. So like I
Yeah.
have these moments of like, hey, like this is not gonna last forever.
Yeah.
You see those really cheesy. I don't know if you get them yet, but the cheesy TikToks where it's like, there will be a day where you do not pick up your little girl. And I'm like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. I gotta go pick her up. So it's just like you watch these like little things and you're like, damn, dude, like, yeah, I shouldn't be upset when they are
Right.
like, you know, and that's what's so beautiful about parenthood is like,
Mhm.
if you want to do it, if not, don't worry about it. Like
Yeah.
I never wanted to put pressure on it, but it's just so cool to see little yous
Yeah.
discovering the world.
Yeah.
You know, hey, let's bring it back to Pokemon, man. The little Pokemon you're
Yeah.
raising, you're leveling them up, and you're trying to give them the best journey in life.
Yeah.
And for that, it's when your life stops becoming about you and
Yeah.
you share it with someone. And honestly, it's more about them now. Like
Right.
me, you have to still take care of yourself,
Yeah.
but like I just want to go. I don't even want to go see a movie for me anymore. I want to bring them. Like going to see Super Mario, the new Mario movie with them,
Yeah.
was I swear to you, dude, 80% was not me looking at the screen. It was watching
Look
them
at them.
because they were just like scared, excited. My son loves everything Mario. So he's just like, yeah.
Yeah.
In the theater, my daughter's just snacking on popcorn and little candies and like just like
Yeah.
getting scared at like, and it's just like, dude, that's what it's about. It's
Mhm.
about just like watching them and like trying to make them the best they can be.
Yeah.
So parenthood, I mean, dude, it's been great.
That's incredible. Um, yeah, I mean, I cannot imagine. I'm sure it's a very special thing that is probably difficult to articulate, put into words, but
Without a doubt.
um,
But when you
that's
become a
very,
parent, if you wanna become a parent,
yeah,
if you find the right person to be a parent with or
yeah,
the balance and whatnot, man, I think once it happens, like, once the child is born or once
mhm,
you receive the child, however it is, there's, like, this, like, nod, like, that
yeah,
everyone who's had it
yeah.
knows, and it's just like, "Dude, what is that? How do I explain that feeling?" Like, I
Yeah,
can't even
yeah,
I can talk about it, I can make a TikTok about it maybe, but, like, it's not gonna hit the same as, like,
right. And the
doing it.
folks that haven't experienced it, like they can hear the
Yeah,
words and like understand what you're saying, but they don't,
without a doubt.
you can't feel it, It's
Without a
just,
doubt.
it's just something that
Yeah,
has to be experienced.
yeah, try and
And
tell someone how a roller coaster feels, who's
sure,
never been on a roller coaster.
yeah,
You, like, lose your stomach,
mm,
but it's really fun, it's not a bad stomach
yeah.
loss, it's like, oh, it's, like, up in your throat, but it's, like, magical. But, like, some people
and,
hate
and we're
losing their
sitting there
stomach.
thinking like, lose your stomach, what?
That sounds terrible. I don't wanna do that
Yeah,
shit.
you're like, oh yeah, I'm wiping poop up, and I'm like, oh
Yeah, I posted the picture of Bo, like, just shit everywhere, just like
no.
parenting, baby. And you're
That's
like,
right.
I'm never gonna do this in my life. Like, I don't want
Dude,
that.
so I just got back from Walmart and man, I felt so bad, but there was this one
You're
family,
brave. You're brave for going to Walmart. Brave,
this
man.
one family, and there was 3 kids, a relatively older one that was pushing the cart, mom's grabbing stuff, another, and then 2 young boys, and one was in the cart, and he's in the cart stomping, screaming,
Yeah.
squealing, and I'm sitting there thinking,
Nope.
wow, my cats, I
Yeah.
appreciate them so much right now, you know?
Yeah. And that's the moments where it's like, I mean, I have moments like that. That's the moments I'm
Yeah,
not talking about. Like, I'm not talking about like the moments where your kid's crying because they're sick for 7 hours in the night and you're just
yeah.
up, just zombified. And like
Mhm.
the good outweighs the bad.
Right,
And
right.
that's why so many parents usually talk about the good.
Sure.
There's bad.
Of
There's
course.
moments that are rough. There's moments you're exhausted. There's moments you're like, why am I doing this? Like
Yeah.
I've lost all my me time. Dude,
Mhm.
you have no idea how much I miss naps. I miss we went on vacation in Palm Springs this last week
Yeah.
and I got to take a nap from 2 to 4. My wife was still up in the other room with the youngest and I was with the other 2. They were on their iPads and I just crashed from 2 to 4 and I was like, "Oh my god. This is like bro, I miss naps so much." Like I would dude, if I nap, I am an insane force to be reckoned with. I already stay up till like 4 or 5 in the morning, sleep till 10, 5 hours of sleep, 6 hours. That's it. Like
Yeah.
that's all I need. 2-hour nap in the middle of the day, y'all fucked. Like I'm gonna go crazy. Like I'm gonna take over the world, dude. Like I woke up like, what are we doing? Backflips into the pool. Dad's buying shots of strawberry margaritas. Virgin, baby. Let's go. Like, dude, I in such a great mood. So I
You're
miss
you're
naps.
you're like this unique species where if you get too much rest, it's problematic.
It's oh, that's a real thing. If I oversleep, I'm a grouch. I'm the worst person. I can't sleep too much.
Yeah, that's
Give
so
me
funny.
7 hours. Oh my god, I'm running the world.
Yeah, that's so funny. Man, that's incredible. Thank you for sharing all that. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what are some other interests that you have outside of gaming? And I know that you talked about like you don't have a ton of me time. Obviously, you got the spouse, you got the 3 young ones. So what are
Yeah.
some other things that you like to do outside of the gaming and esports world?
Well, first of all, let me just say, my air conditioning is broken. So if you see me sweating profusely, it's just a little hot in here.
Yeah.
But not terrible. But I've realized I've been like going like this a lot, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm just hot. But okay, outside of gaming, hobbies. I recently have gotten super into working out, like
Okay.
pretty heavily.
Yeah.
5 days a week, just like I was never doing the gym, and then I realized like I need a gym. Like I
Yeah.
need to go somewhere and like be surrounded by like-minded people who are all doing it.
Yeah.
So I recently got that. I was doing a Pilates lifting class, private class with my buddy for the past year and a half, which has been great. But like I am a fat kid. Like in a sense of like I'm a big dude
Yeah.
where I need to hit the trifecta. I need to work out, I need to drink lots of water,
Yeah.
and I need to eat healthy.
Yeah.
So my hobby right now has been working out and eating healthy
Yeah.
has kind of been like the new thing. Like at the gym, they offer like a meal prep program, and I'm like, you know what? Let me do that for at least lunches. Like, but I don't want the type of healthy where I like gain abs, get like ripped, and
Yeah.
lose a bunch of water weight, and then 2 months later I get sick
Right. Right.
for a week and then lose it all. I want
Yeah.
something that I can change my lifestyle.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been
Sustainable.
working on is like a sustainable lifestyle change where it's like I'm still eating great, still happy. I'm not holding back from having a burger and fries, but I know if I do have that burger and fries, what I need to do the next couple days to kind of bring my body back to a good level.
Right.
And that's been fun. I mean, dude, that's a whole science on its own. It's a whole
Yeah.
everyone's got their freaking opinion on it.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own style. And like, so I've been figuring out what works best for me over the
Yeah.
past, I'd say over the past year, especially now that like we're done having kids, unless we have an oopsie, which I don't think will happen. But we're done. And so now it's like I can have a little bit more selfish time where I'm like,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
let's get me back to like a level I've always wanted to just be like shirt off and like just have abs and just
Yeah.
be like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, 35, eh, prime of my life, it's the best, like it's just
Yeah.
like, yeah, 3 kids, married, very happily married. Like it doesn't matter. I still want to take care of me,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Definitely.
because I am the best person after a working out. Like if I
Mm.
go work out in the morning, dude, the rest of the day I'm like
Dude.
a
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
am a human being that is awesome. And when I'm eating crappy and not working out,
That's right.
just slower, more
Yes.
tired, don't
Yes.
want to play those games with my kids, don't want to pick them up.
Yep.
Daddy's back hurts. Like it sucks, dude.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's been my hobby. I mean, besides that, I'll jam some music with friends. I never lost that itch for music.
Yeah.
So like we'll play with my old band that broke up like years ago.
Mhm.
Like we're still most of us are still all best friends, so we'll just jam some beer pong. We'll do
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
normal night of drinking, play some video games, play some trials.
Mhm.
Have you ever played that game?
Uh-uh.
Well, the motorbikes balancing. Oh, dude, trials is you played it.
I, it's a
Trials.
mobile game?
No, it's like on Xbox. It's like
No, I don't
on
think I
PC
have.
now as well. Yeah, if you look up trials, it's like literally you're like next to you could have up to 4 bikes and you're all on motorbikes and you just gotta lean left and right like
Oh.
as you're driving. It could yeah,
Okay.
you've
Yeah.
seen it.
Yeah.
Like I feel
Yeah. I
like
think
you would be
so.
like, I've seen it. So yeah, we
Yeah.
play that and like NBA Jam and we'll just like
Yeah.
have a
Yeah.
night, make it drinking games and yeah, so that's pretty much it, man. Besides like working, recording for 3 channels, Twitch streaming,
Yeah.
4 nights a week and hanging out with the kids,
Yeah.
there really isn't that much time.
Right.
Like at the end of all that, there's not like a plethora of time.
Mm.
So like I still have like right now I'm addicted to Teamfight Tactics. So like I'm secretly playing Teamfight Tactics on the
Yeah.
side, like trying to get in 3 games a day just to keep up my rank. Like dude, like whatever.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's like, all right, well, I might have time once a month to go see a movie, like sneak out and go
Yeah.
like catch a movie that's inappropriate for the kids or but yeah, man. And
So
it's not a bad thing.
sure.
It's like
Sure.
dude, the
Dude,
fitness part
actually,
has been
that's, and I don't want to, let me
great.
try to
No,
log my
please.
question here so I don't forget. But that's actually one of the things that is surprising because when you add more to your plate, like before you do it, a lot of times I'm talking about myself here. Before I add something new, I will think, man, this is going to be overwhelming. It's going to be tough. But then once you acclimate to it, it's like, oh, I still have, this is easy. I want to add more to the day. I
Exactly,
want to accomplish
dude.
more. So with the band thing, what instruments do you play, or
Mhm.
let us or talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So I never was good at playing instruments. I could play like a G to a C to a D on a
Yeah.
guitar. Like I know the chords. But I always sang. Once again, that
Okay.
theater kid, like
I
I
feel
was
like we've
always
talked about this
singing
before. I think
choir,
you,
camerata.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I always sang. So I was a singer in a band called the Young Rapscallions. We have like 3 albums or 2 albums out and like
yeah,
one that never got released that we might bring back now. Like
yeah,
we might bring remaster all those songs and
yeah,
re-record and just like actually bring it out. I think would be so fun now and do like a little mini tour. So
yeah.
I could be like, yeah, me as John, like, is out. Like, I would love to meet you guys out there
Hmm.
and come see a band I used to be in. Like, it's
That'd
good,
be
like
so
fun
fun.
rock music.
Yeah,
So it would be a good vibe. But yeah, man, it was always singing. Never played an instrument.
yeah.
Get on a tambourine once in a
Right,
while.
right, right.
But yeah, singing has
So
been a thing I've loved.
I want to ask about the the exercise and gym stuff as well. Are
Yes.
you mostly hitting weight training? Is there
Hmm.
any type of like, I know you mentioned Pilates. Do you have any
Hmm.
sort of like programs that you're in, or what all are you tackling as far as the exercise thing?
So right now, I'm going like a very generic gym mentality build where it's like
Yeah,
buys and back,
sure, sure, sure.
tries and chest,
Yeah,
like legs all the time, abs pretty much 5 days a week, four
yeah.
days a week, skip Wednesdays, maybe cardio. So like
Gotcha, gotcha.
because the reason I'm doing that is because it works and because
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen it work. If I eat clean,
Mm-hmm.
if I do that 5 days a week and push myself and make sure I have a buddy who I'm with, so we're pushing ourselves
Yeah, yeah.
and getting stronger, adding to the weight slowly, starting with our building that up over
Mm.
time. There's no way that I will not get more toned.
Yeah, absolutely. It's tried and
And
true.
it's like it's been tested multiple times.
Yep,
You eat under the amount of calories that you're supposed to intake with your body weight. You make sure you keep your protein up. You drink lots of water.
yep,
Like this is very simple. Like it gets very intense, but if you
yeah,
look at it from a very simple level, that's it. So
yeah,
I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna do that while maintaining like eating food that I like. So
yeah.
I got so lucky, found this like meal prep serve like at the gym. Their food is actually good because the meal prep I was using before was like gross. Like
Oh no,
gross, but it's good for your body.
sure.
So that's how I was eating.
Yeah, like
But
force
the
it down.
problem is when you're forcing food down and not enjoying it, there's no sustainability, no longevity in
Yeah,
it
agreed.
because you're just like, I know. Oh, you taste a burger and you're like, oh my
Yeah.
God, what have I been doing to myself? And you burger binge the weekend
Yeah.
up to Monday, maybe even Tuesday. And then you're like, okay, I got to go back to this crap. So
Mhm.
now I'm eating food that's like, damn, dude, this is like, feels high end,
Yeah.
tastes great. So, like, if I were to cheat, I'd be like, all right, yeah, that was a good cheat meal. Cool. But I want something that'll last forever. I don't want to
Yeah.
like lose. It's not like I'm doing it for like a movie or like
Yeah,
some
yeah, yeah,
like
exactly. It's not like a temp
like
thing.
a Rocket League event. I don't like I gotta look good for one Rocket League event.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been really addicting in a
Mhm.
good way, in a really
That's
healthy way.
one of the fun things about that, like exercise, health, fitness, there's that like measurable, tangible progress. You can
Yes.
see it, you can feel it when you're
Dude.
adding more weight, you can feel it on your runs.
Mm-hmm.
There so I am on a similar journey. I'm
I
not doing the
know. I've
gym.
been watching you.
Yeah, and I've been doing a lot of running, but I have boiled mine down to the most simple form, and I know it's not 100% accurate, but I'm using this Fitbit, and
Yep.
I'm just tracking calories in and calories out. I've
That's
tried to
it.
eat a lot cleaner. I have been a little bit more conscious about what I'm taking in.
Yeah.
When I started punching these things in that I'm eating, and I realized how many calories I'm intaking, I'm
Dude.
like, holy moly,
Dude.
dude! Like, of course I'm getting a little bit fluffy. So, I took a picture at the beginning of the year, and then I took a picture 6 months in, and I'm going to take one at the end. And I think I said this when I was talking to Corelli. I was shocked because
Dude.
I was not very big anyways. I just was no longer like lean.
Yep.
I didn't really gain much weight, but my body composition started to change.
Yeah.
But and so I say that because I didn't really expect like a visual difference. I didn't think that I would
Right.
see something change, especially because I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm not on this like crazy keto diet. You know, I'm not doing.
Right.
I'm just like eggs and sausage in the morning, chicken breast in the evening.
That's it.
You know, yogurt, granola, berries for lunch. It's very simple,
Yep.
and I'm not even like really going hard on the working out. I'm just like, I walk in the morning. One of the first things I do when I wake up, get that blood pumping, go get some sun, get a little bit of
Good.
movement, get the body jump started. And then sometimes I walk in the evening. Sometimes I'm not even like breaking a sweat. I'm just walking. And so I'm just making sure that I'm burning more calories than I'm intaking. And man, like I said, I was shocked. I think
Your
I'm
face.
nervous
I
about it,
bet.
but I'm going
I
to
bet
share
your
it.
face.
You
You're well, I mean, that's where my weight is. Like, you
gotcha.
see it, like, the
Yeah.
first thing I see is, like, my face. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
"Damn, I had, like, a little chub face." Like,
Yeah. You
you see
don't notice it.
and the problem is, with me, is the last area that I see differences is in my stomach. So that
Sure.
is why I've fallen off so much, a lot, is because I'm like, "Dude, I've been doing this for a month, and,
Uh-huh.
like, there's no change." But then, dude, you look at a picture of me with my shirt off, like you said. You look at your back, and you're
Dude,
like,
that's what
"Dude,
it was, my back.
your legs and your back, the muscles, even just, like, your broy neck, like,
Yeah.
you're just like, damn, like, wow."
Yeah.
You store weight in really weird spots,
Mhm.
and stomach is usually the last one to go.
Yeah.
So, dude, I'm so happy you're doing it. It's so weird because you would think working out would make you more tired,
Yeah.
but it actually makes you way more energetic,
That's right.
which makes no sense for someone who doesn't work
And I
out.
hate that it works.
And this is the same shit we're bringing back from, like, the stomach, like, oh, going on a roller coaster. I can talk about it all I want,
Right.
and like,
Yes.
this is like why I talked to my dad about this, and he's like, "No, man, like, I'm
Yeah.
68, like,
Yes.
I'm good. I don't want to do anything. I want to sit around. I want to chill. I don't want to walk. Like,
Mhm.
when I walk, it hurts." And I'm like, I know, but like, there's this point. It's like the mountain, and when you get over the mountain, you realize, oh my god, if I don't work out in a day, I feel gross and I
Yes.
feel crappy.
Yep.
And it's like it's crazy that, like, moving your body, like, even like what you were saying, just walking
Yep.
during the day, walking at night, change your life. It can change your life.
Yeah. I think, you know, obviously, like, the physical benefits are incredible, but what I was so surprised by is what it did for me mentally. And it's not
Mental,
even like
man.
I don't even know how to describe it. You just feel like a sense of
Yeah.
pride and accomplishment whenever you
That's it.
have the discipline every day to like do this thing that you know you don't
Yeah.
really want to do. It's, you know, at times it's difficult to do, it's frustrating to do.
Yeah.
You know, you have to like create time to do it some
Exactly.
days. And so like and then it's definitely hard to stick to it over a long period of time. It's very easy to get, well, I'm not gonna say very easy, but I find it easier to get motivated for like a short period of time, you know, excited
Of
for a week, a
course.
month, whatever. And then, you know, sticking to it long term when it's not fun anymore, or
Right.
maybe your buddy that you've been going with falls off or whatever, right? So, you know, you start facing adversity in some form or
Excuses.
fashion.
Yeah, there's
And so,
excuses and
yeah,
and all that. And also, that's why you set, like, a big goal, right?
yeah,
You're like,
yeah,
"I wanna do this for a year." But
yeah,
then you gotta set your little goals. You gotta, like, this is for work too, like, for everything, is like, I don't I don't look at, like, the day to day. I don't
yeah,
weigh myself every day. I
right.
don't do that. I look at things, like, a month later,
Hmm.
or if, like, that's too far away, like, a week.
Yeah,
Like, for work especially, like, I'm doing work, I'm looking at the week by week
yeah,
for the big goal of what, right? So, like, I could be like, "Hey, I hit 10 million views this month. I really want 20. Give it a month. Let's see how I'm doing in a
right.
month. Check in a month." You check that daily, you're gonna go crazy. Just like if you
Yes,
check your weight, like, you're gonna go insane. You're gonna gain weight, but guess what? That's usually from muscle or
right,
just you
right.
drink a lot of water, like the
Yeah.
water weight. So, man, it is so cool to find the balance of.
Hmm.
I feel culty talking about it too. Like, working out's awesome. You guys should
Yeah.
all get out there. I get it. I get why, a lot of these groups, these workout groups, these, you know, uh, people are just so like, yeah, yeah. It's because mentally they feel
Hmm.
like they're flying.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. I totally understand it.
Yeah.
So I think it's just consistency and something you can realistically pull off.
Yeah.
Setting realistic goals and expectations.
Absolutely. I love that. I think it's something that I have begun or began, whatever, I've learned through this content is like, I'm not saying that it's bad to set those like goals at specific results, but I
Mhm.
think I find more success when I set my goals as like effort or discipline based,
Right.
right? So like I want to hit at least 5 days a week of some form of exercise rather
Right.
than saying like I want to drop 20 pounds and have a six pack in 6 months. Those are results
Exactly.
based, and that's okay. I'm not saying that's bad, but I found I would get discouraged quickly because
Totally.
I'm not on pace, or
So
I
you
didn't
say like,
achieve it.
I want to do 10,000 steps every day,
Exactly.
Monday through
It's
Friday.
something that I
That's
have full control over.
huge.
That is
Easily.
what that is what I want. Like, for example, like a YouTube channel, saying I want to hit 100K subscribers. That's not a bad goal, but what I would
Why?
find is it's
Yeah.
not in my control.
Yeah.
I think a better goal for me would be I want to upload once a week.
I want to upload a quality video one time a week.
Yeah, because that's something
Keep
that's
on
in my
that.
control. I
Yep.
can make it happen. There's no excuse. I don't have to depend on something else.
And
It's
that
just
is the
me.
same way I'm looking at like these shorts is like,
Yeah.
dude, sometimes like it's crazy because sometimes these shorts in like 5 hours, you'll be like at 100,000 views. Sometimes it'll be at 10,000 or like
Yeah.
seven, which
Yeah.
is like, what did I do? You could freak
Right.
out. I
Yeah.
literally
That's
messaged my
right.
buddy the other day. I was like, dude, what's going on? Like my past three videos like are like a tenth of what they usually are. He's like, just keep your like
That's right.
goal of posting.
That's
Just keep
right.
your 2 videos quality a day. Make sure you're like hitting the quality and you're doing. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Guess what, man? I
Yeah.
kept on doing, didn't get discouraged, didn't get like, oh. And those videos a week later popped,
Boom.
went crazy,
Yeah.
like viraled in their own, like it is, that is what it is. And that
Yeah.
is what I think turns off so many content creators out there is they work. Think of how many friends we know who like made a video and like we're so proud of it, put all their time into it, hours, 60 hours, whatever it is, made the video, flopped.
Yep.
And then they bring out a video called like sand, sand, sand. And it's like their number one of
Yeah.
10. It took them 30 minutes. And like that's frustrating. But at
Yeah,
the same
absolutely.
time, you can't control that.
That's right.
It's what people watch, it's what they want to watch. So all you can do is exactly what you said is set like your goals,
Yeah,
like
like effort
not
based.
yeah, effort based. I love that. I
Yeah.
think
Well,
that's
it just
huge.
punched me in the face because I got really excited. I had a lot of momentum early on, and I hadn't really experienced. And content creation, you know this. It ain't always up, right? It goes like this.
No, no,
And
no.
so I had only experienced this. I hadn't really felt one of these before, and so I got really
Mhm.
excited. I set all these big number goals and was really lofty goals, and I'm excited, motivated, and it's the beginning of the year, and everybody's putting out these goals. Then the end of the year hits, and I'm nowhere near any of them, and it
Yeah.
just was like, obviously I was sad about that, but I was also just really sad that I was in a space where like my goals were just numbers. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because I felt, and again, I'm talking about myself. I know that everybody operates different, but I just felt like that they were kind of hollow because there are
Yeah.
ways to hit those goals. Like there are, hacks or whatever, but I wanted to build something real, something that I enjoyed. And I just felt like those were not the greatest goals to set for me to accomplish what I actually wanted to do.
Totally.
So I learned that lesson and I started to focus on discipline and effort-based goals rather than result-based or numbers-based or whatever. So, and that's been really healthy for me. It's something that I apply not only to, the content side of things, but whether it's meditation
Life.
or stretching or
Yeah,
whatever,
dude,
right?
all of it.
Yeah.
All of it.
All right. So I know you said you don't have a lot of time for it anymore, but I want to ask about: are you big into movies, shows, things like that, or like talk to me a little bit about your content consumption
Yeah.
pie chart, if you will? Is it mostly YouTube, online, Twitch, or do you still rock with some of like the streaming services?
Yeah, you know what's funny? I stream a lot and then if I watch streamers, I lurk. I do not
Yeah,
talk in
yeah,
anyone's chat.
yeah.
I'm terrible. Like I will just sit there and lurk. And usually I watch YouTube videos
Mhm.
and Twitch streams are my main lunch
Oh
slash
yeah, yeah,
after stream binge sessions. Like
yeah,
that's like it. Now when I go in for dinner, me and my wife will watch shows together like for during dinner. The kids, their only time that I mean, they have whatever iPad time
yeah.
that they get, but they also get like we don't have dinner together yet. Like when they get a little older, we're all gonna sit around. They're really good when we go out. I'm like trying to justify for all the parents who are out there. We don't do the iPad always, but like
Don't come
at
after
dinners,
me.
it's like our one time to relax,
Yeah.
me and my wife together.
Yeah.
And so we'll either talk or we'll turn on a show. And usually it's like BS reality,
Yeah.
Big Brother, or like good reality. Like I
Yeah.
love it. I don't care. Selling Sunset, like whatever, all these shows. So it's usually crap, but I have gotten her because I'm big in like the Breaking Bads and like the
Mm.
shows that like matter, the Successions, and like I've been getting her into it. So I think right now we're watching The Curious Case of Natalia Grace. Have you heard about this?
I have not.
Oh my God. I won't go too much into detail, but pretty much it is a little person
Yeah.
who was put into this family. They adopted her and they thought she was, you can see how crazy this gets. They thought she was, I think it was 5 years old when they adopted her from Russia,
Yeah.
or somewhere like that. Ukraine, actually. So they adopted her from Ukraine.
Yeah.
They were like really good parents, quote unquote, and adopted her. But then they start to find out that she's maybe not 6 and she's actually like 18 or 19.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And they think she's a scammer. But there's so many twists and turns. It's a 6-part series documentary. Dude, we're on episode 5 and we're like at the end of every episode, we're like, no way.
Yeah.
So it's just been good. Like she loves documentaries. So like we can get into like documentary series.
Yeah.
Movies. Like, dude, we'll binge. You know, I just saw the newest John Wick, which was great. Like so fun. I never saw any of the ones before, but like saw this one and I was like, these are awesome. I need to watch them.
Yeah.
I recently, just at the beginning of this year, bought like an AMC Stubs card, which is like $20 a month.
Yeah.
And you get 3 movies a week. It's crazy.
That's a deal.
3 movies a week. They probably have it in your area if you have an AMC. So I have tried to make it. I was doing better when I was just kind of like chilling with Rocket League content, but now that I'm like on the grind again, I haven't been. But I was going to a movie like once a week.
Yeah.
So by myself usually, and just to get back into it and like see, like, I love a good old day at the movies. Like it really is a magical thing. So that's kind of what I'm watching. What are you up to? What are you watching? What's your, if anything at all?
So
I don't watch sports, by the way.
I don't either.
So,
Pretty
okay,
much
so that's
any legacy media, cable, dish, your typical streaming services like Netflix,
Nothing?
Hulu. No, I'm out.
Wow.
But,
no Netflix. Wow.
But
impressive.
I do have a relatively, I intake quite a bit of content, but it's just anime. I am a huge anime fan, dude.
There it is. Like, it's so funny because like there's like the sports people, the anime, it's like the clubs, man. I'm like more on like the reality TV side. So that's awesome. What anime? So the only anime I ever watched was Full Metal Alchemist.
Okay. It's a great one.
I watched the first, like, I got really sick and was like out for a week.
Yeah.
And had so much time to just binge.
Yeah.
And I watched like 23 episodes and I was like, this is great. And I have not finished it, but I need to. What's your favorite anime? And I'm gonna make you choose one. I know it's a loaded question, but you can give a little explanation.
It's a tough one, but and I'll talk about why as well. So what I'll do is I'll say like my top 2 or 3.
Death Note.
Okay, we'll just go one. Okay, so my favorite is One Piece.
Okay.
And One Piece, for anyone that doesn't know, has like over 1,000 episodes,
which is crazy.
The author of the show has been creating this story for like over 20 years. And it's just this just gigantic universe that is cohesive. It makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, the stuff from the very first 50 episodes is still relevant. Like you're still seeing some of these pieces in the puzzle will connect at certain times. And, you know, I'm sure there are things that some people don't like about it, but I just find it so engaging and enthralling. And this is one of the things I love about anime is, like there are some that are really lengthy, and I really enjoy when I can dive into this world, and I'm just captured by it for like a long period of time. I love the binging sessions as well. And so that's anime is my thing.
It's still going.
It's still going.
How much longer? Is he like, "We're
Dude,
coming to an end
honestly,
soon"?
they are coming to a close, but honestly, it's
Okay.
probably gonna be another year or 2 before everything finishes up.
Are you gonna cry, like, when it's over?
I have cried multiple times throughout the show.
Yeah. Are you gonna cry when it's over,
When
though?
it's I would say it depends on how he ties it up, you know? And
Okay.
I don't have any idea where he's gonna go with it and what all,
Yeah.
is yet to come, but, I'll say this, it would not be surprising at all if dude, I get way into anime. I have cried more at that than I have, like,
On
any
a
other
lot of
type
stuff.
of
Hell yeah.
I
I held no judgment to that.
they here's the thing, they don't have to operate inside the confines of human reality.
Which is
Like
amazing.
reality television, you're not gonna have some evil dark wizard that took over the world and this poor 6-year-old lost his entire family and now they have to figure out a way to, get back at, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that stuff's not realistic, and so it's not gonna make its way into your
Reality.
typical television or shows.
ABC.
And there are some very out there shows, but anime can just take it to whatever level they can imagine. It
Yeah.
doesn't, like I said, it doesn't have to operate inside of reality. And so I just find it so, quite frankly, inspiring because there are so many just traumatic trials and tribulations that the protagonists have to go through.
Yeah.
What it does is it makes me feel like, yeah, get over your stuff. You're fine. Like if homie
Yeah.
if he can deal with this and if she can overcome this, you can overcome whatever it is that is bothering you. So yeah, I find it inspiring. Whether it's cheesy or not, I don't really mind. I have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
I very much enjoy it, and that's another thing that my friends from college introduced me to when I was younger,
Love
and
that.
the people that I hung out with in sports and stuff. I didn't really play games. I definitely didn't consume much media, and so I have a lot of my recreation and leisure time and my entire career. I have my friends from college to thank because I would have never, I would have never dabbled in any of this stuff if it wasn't for them.
Anime. Well, that's awesome, dude. I love that. I truly hold no like when I watch it, I'm not like, oh, this is so cringy. I'm like, this is so cool, but I don't have time for
Yeah,
this, right?
yeah.
Like, and I gotta make time. Like, it's like one of those things that, like, in my life, will I make time? I'm sure. I,
I
I mean, I grew up watching Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
I've seen every
Dude,
episode of that.
I was one of those people that was kind of judgmental about it. And then
Mhm.
my friends continued to chirp and continued to push, and eventually I caved and watched. And after I watched, I was like, oh, I get it.
Mhm.
This is sick.
Okay.
All right. Well, John, we're a little bit over an hour, and I don't want to keep you too long. I know you got the kids
Yeah.
and everything. So I want to ask one final question here.
Yes.
And
Give it to me.
so this is just kind of an open-ended thing. If there is anything that has been on your mind that you would like to share with the audience, whether it's about you, your life, Rocket League in general, content in general, just life in general, whatever it is, if there's anything you would like to share, the floor is yours. And if not, that's
Wow.
totally okay. We could just go ahead and wrap this thing up. Take your
Oh
time.
man, let me think.
Yeah, take your time.
Think.
Any knowledge bomb or anything you want to drop on us, you got it.
I think lately I've been, because I've been working out a lot and just, I stream 4 nights a week, and I've seen people who've come into the stream lately who've just seemed really sad
Yeah.
and like really bummed out, and like life just doesn't matter. And I think like I would love to like end this episode just looking, and maybe it's one of you who are watching or maybe not. But like just I want you to remember that like life can be super fucked up and really hard, and you can keep getting hit over and over again. But there is something so special about being able to breathe in and breathe out that I just like that I see, because maybe it's not fair that I can see that and some people can't.
Yeah.
And I would just love for, maybe if anyone's going through a tough time right now who's watching this video, just like use this as your inspiration of like, oh, like, dude, people care about you. People love you. And it's a random, maybe this was just why am I talking about this for my last shout out? Maybe it's to help someone. Like if there's anyone out there who needs help, in a sense of like, go find the help you need. There are numbers out there. There are people out there who care about you, even when you don't feel like it is. And it is also like a repetitive, tacky, broken record kind of thing for someone like me to say, who's like a YouTuber and like has 3 kids and a wife. Like I understand that. But at
Yeah.
the same time, like I truly believe that there is nothing better in this world than breathing in and out and living
Yeah.
a life and having life. And from once again, I think it just starts with if you feel like you're at the bottom and you're trying to get back to the top, it's those little weekly goals. It's
Yeah.
those little, hey, your mental's not right. Well, how do we figure that out? Do you go talk to someone? Do you go get help? There's discords that
Mhm.
like for people that are free. I have actually, I can leave it in your comment section
Yeah.
or, a discord that like literally it's like a bunch of old vets who like love to chat and like help people when they're down. And I just like, dude, I love living so much, and I just want other people to share that. And Hootie, I feel like you're very similar to me. Like we're just very grateful for what we
Yes,
have, and
that's
like
right.
very, very, that's usually why I'm happy. So I'd love to take the moment at the end here and just be like, hey, we love you.
That's
Thank
right.
you for supporting my boy. Thank you for supporting me if you ever have, or just listening to us rant for hours and just know people someone cares. I care.
That's
Even
right.
though I don't know you, I might know you through your username or just you might just comment now. Like I really do care. And dude, thank you. Thanks for having me on, man. This is
Dude,
so fun.
very well said. I could not agree more. Like you said, life is a gift, and
Yeah.
to cherish it and just continue rocking even when things get tough. I couldn't have said it better myself. John, thank you so much for carving out some time.
Yes.
Thank you so much for
Yes.
joining me. I appreciate you bringing your awesome energy today.
Of
That
course,
is going to
man.
do it for Outside the Grind. We will catch you next
Goodbye.
week.
Later.